Well, Gil, Tampa police did lift those lockdowns around 5 o'clock this afternoon. So all of the kids who were stuck here in this school for nearly 2 hours are home safe tonight. And while Tampa police have found the gun, they are still looking for those 2 people that may have been involved in this shooting. Now, it was a school resource officer right before dismissal time at 3 o'clock who heard those gunshots this afternoon, and he saw 2 teenagers on a bike. Now, when Tampa police tried to chase those kids, one jumped off the handlebars and ran. The other got away on the bike. Parents had to wait nearly 2 hours to get their kids, although only a handful of kids had to retreat back into the school and go into lockdown mode because this did happen when classes were ending. And those parents waiting had a few tense moments.
I didn't know what to think until someone said they heard gunfire, then, I was kind of blowed, I didn't know what was going on, so I just stood out here and just waited.
All of the efforts within the perimeter have been exhausted. They did, however, just find the gun. So now detectives will be looking at this from a latent perspective. Obviously, that gun will be processed. The shell casings will be processed. And from the latent perspective, we'll try and identify the suspect or suspects in this case.
So again, they are still looking for those people involved, and as you heard there, found that gun. Now, the K-9 unit was able to track that gun down by smelling some gunshot residue, and the K-9s also found several shells, and Tampa police will be processing those as well. Reporting live in Tampa, I'm Natalie Shepard, News Channel 8. Well, hey, Jen, you know what? The Pasco County Sheriff says this type of case shows you that this can happen anywhere. This man is a 73-year-old retiree, and when deputies got there this morning, they say he was actively watching, downloading, and sharing child pornography. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office arrested Denton Croft this morning at his home. The detectives had been investigating this case for the last month. Sheriff Chris Nacco held a press conference outside Croft's gated neighborhood this afternoon. And during that press conference, Detective Anthony Bossone said Croft didn't appear surprised or upset to be arrested. In fact, he didn't show much emotion at all.
When we looked at the machine that he was on, he was downloading child pornography. He was trading, meaning that people were downloading from him, and he also had videos up where he was viewing them.
Now, the Sheriff's Office doesn't believe any of the children seen in these pictures or videos are local children, but they will be analyzing all of the information they found on his computer. And they also mentioned this is the second case very similar to this they've had in the last couple weeks. They also arrested a 30-year-old drugstore manager just recently. Jen?
Well, Natalie, I look at this guy and I wonder, does he have a family, a wife, kids, anything like that? And what do they have to say about all this?
Well, the Sheriff's Office says that Denton Croft does have a wife, but they don't believe that she knows about anything that was on his computer. When we were at the house, we did talk to some family, and they say this is an embarrassing time for them. And I should also mention we just got off the phone with an attorney representing Denton Croft, and he says Mr. Croft does deny all of these allegations. Well, Stacey, from what we understand from Tampa police right now, this all started around 3 o'clock when a school resource officer here at Farrell Middle School spotted a couple of kids on a bicycle and heard some gunshots in the area. Now, when he tried to stop those teens to ask them some questions about that shooting, they took off. And they did put a couple of schools here in the area on lockdown just as a precaution while they search for that suspect. You can see all of the parents and cars lined up here on the street as they wait to collect their students. But right now, we're told that that is a precautionary measure and that at this point, no one was injured. They're searching the area, and we're waiting to get some more information from Tampa police. We have Tampa police spokesperson Andrea Davis here with us right now. And Andrea, what exactly is happening at this point?
Well, right now we have a pretty meticulous perimeter set up that they're going through. And once they exhaust all the efforts in this perimeter, if the suspect isn't caught, then obviously the perimeter will come down and we will continue searching for the suspect. But at this point, we have Air Service K-9. K-9 is tracking, and then all the officers in the area searching this perimeter are trying to find the 2 persons of interest is actually what they are. We don't know if they're the ones who fired the shots, but they were in the direction of the shots fired. They took off in separate directions, and they continued to chase the suspect on foot. But right now, everyone's out here just trying to find these 2 persons of interest.
Now, I know we have a full screen graphic of the schools that are are on lockdown. Do you have a list of those schools and what the situation is there?
The 3 that we have on lockdown, the Tampa Police Department has on lockdown, is Middleton High School, Lomax Elementary, and Farrell Middle School. And most of the kids have been released. This happened during release time. So the majority of the kids have already been released from school. There's just a handful of kids left in each of the 3 schools.
Okay. Fantastic. And I guess we will have more information, Stacy, on this coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll be out here live and tell you what we know then.